Okay. Good morning. Today we will continue with the Murli that we were reading yesterday. The date of the Murli is 17/12/1979. Title of the Murli is The Holy Swans and the Mansarovar Lake of Amritvela. So let's revise what was read yesterday. In yesterday part,
Om Shanti sister, voice is not audible.
okay. Om Shanti. Is it audible?
Yeah, it's not actually. Can you come closer to the mic or speak a little louder? Yeah.
Is it okay now?
Sakshi, it's very feeble.
Om Shanti. Now is it audible?
Yes, much better. Yeah.
Okay. So today we will continue with the Murli that we were reading yesterday. The date of the Murli is 17/12/1979. And the title of the Murli is The Holy Swans and the Mansarovar Lake of Amritvela. So let's revise about yesterday's part. Yesterday Baba told us about what is the importance of amritvela. First, Baba told us that we all are holy swans who constantly imbibe and inspire others to imbibe the jewels of knowledge. And just as those swans, physical swans, they eat the invaluable pearls, similarly, the food for the intellects of us, holy swan, is the jewels of knowledge. Then Baba told us that we can imbibe these jewels of knowledge at Amritvela through two things. First one is heart-to-heart conversation and spiritual meeting with Bab Dada. And also we can imbibe these jewels and powers through the power of churning. Then Baba told us about the powers that we need at Amritvela. We need three important powers. First one is power of celebrating a meeting. Second one is the power to imbibe or to adopt. And third one is to power to catch. So these three powers are very much required at Amritvela. Then Baba told us about two special images that are needed at Amritvela. First one is embodiment of dharana, and the other is to be an embodiment of experience. Then Baba told us that Bab Dada is in the form of bestower at Amritvela. He adopts the form of love in all relationships, and also the form of innocent Lord of all creatures. And at that time, we can do whatever we want with the Father. Because at that time, the minds of all the virtues and powers are open for us children. Sorry, let me share this screen. Then Baba told us about the basis, why Amritvela is important, because Amritvela is the basis of experiencing all the attainments for whole day, and not only for whole day but night. Throughout the day and night, we can experience all the attainments on the basis of Amritvela. because that is the time which is not an official time. We can chit chat with Baba, we can tell him everything, whatever we are facing in our whole day, and we can get solution from him at that time. Then Baba told us that even though you know the importance of amritvela, even though you want to uh, get everything from Father, but why you are not able to do so? Then Baba explained us some things which are obstacles in that our journey of getting everything from Father. First one is Maya, the excuses of Maya like carelessness, laziness, and waste thoughts. These things becomes obstacles in attaining the attainments from the Father. And because of this, the time for laying the foundation becomes weak. And because of this, we have to labor more throughout the whole day. And also, the attainment that we receive is very less. Then Baba told us that keep the list of present attainment in front of you. Then the question like when will this happen will change into it is happening now. And we have to recognize the game of excuses of Maya that comes at Amritvela. And then only we can fill our aprons with the reward from the open treasure store at Amritvela. Then at Amritvela, the bestower of fortune and the bestower of blessing is ready to draw our line of fortune to whatever extent we want. We can easily have our line of elevated fortune drawn by him. Then Baba's told that become a master and claim your rights. At that time, what we have to do, we just have to think that whatever I am, however I am, I belong to you. And in this way, we can overcome the games of Maya and we can go and sit next to Baba. Then Baba told us that surrender your thoughts and intellects, that is your mind and intellect to the Father. And when we open our eyes at Amrit Vela, just take a jump and sit next to the Father in a second. Then Baba told that even by sitting for just a short time on the throne of all rights, you can become whatever you want. See how much important it is to sit on this throne. Then finish all name and trace of anything difficult and you will be able to finish the difficulties of the world. Okay, now we will continue with the rest of the part. First point, the easy way to serve through your mind is to have unbroken faith. Those who are constantly victorious by keeping faith in their intellects are able on the basis of that faith to continue to purify the atmosphere. Those who are constantly victorious by keeping faith in their intellects are able on the basis of that faith to continue to purify the atmosphere. They serve through their minds because when souls from everywhere see a soul who has faith in the intellect, they feel that that one has received something. When souls from everywhere see a soul who has faith in the intellect, they feel that that one has received something. Just a minute. no matter how arrogant those others may be, even if they do not listen to this knowledge, internally, they definitely understand that one's life is worth something. No matter how arrogant those others may be, even if they do not listen to this knowledge, internally, they definitely understand that one's life is worth something. This service continues amongst those who have had unbroken faith from the beginning. This is truly service through the mind. So, how we can do service through the mind? By having an unbroken faith in us. And by having unbroken faith, even those who don't believe in what we speak, even though they do not listen to the knowledge, they will understand internally that there is something which they have received. And second point, the way to remain safe from Maya is to keep the guard of attention awake. Are all of you constantly moving along as spinners of the discus of self-realization? Now, Baba is asking us that are all of you constantly moving along as spinners of the discus of self-realization? Do you constantly remember that you are a spinner of the discus of self-realization? Those who are constantly spinning the discus of self-realization are constantly free from any spinning of Maya. Those who are constantly spinning the discus of self-realization are constantly free from any spinning of Maya. The one discus of self-realization finishes all wasteful spinning. The one discus of self-realization finishes all wasteful spinning. It chases Maya away. Maya cannot stay in front of those who spin the discus of self-realization. Because of being constantly full, the spinners of the discus of self-realization are constantly unshakable. Because of being constantly full, the spinners of the discus of self-realization are constantly unshakable. Are you able to remain constantly complete and full? Maya tries to empty you. But when you are constantly cautious, awake, and an ignited light, Maya cannot do anything. Very important, right? When you are constantly cautious, awake, and an ignited light, Maya cannot do anything. If the guard of attention is constantly alert, you will remain constantly safe. Which guard should be constantly alert? If the guard of attention is constantly alert, you will remain constantly safe. You have in the past been constantly ignited lights. And so people still keep your memorials of the lights constantly lit in the temples. Why the lights are constantly kept lit in the temples? Because we have been constantly ignited lights in the past. They don't allow the lamps to go out. When did the fashion of having a constantly ignited light start? At the confluence age. All of you become constantly ignited lights in the living form, and this memorial has therefore continued. At confluence age, all of you became constantly ignited lights in the living form, and this memorial has therefore continued. If the lamp goes out, they consider that to be bad. So, what are all of you in your living forms? Constantly ignited lamps. So, we can remain in this Swaman for the whole day today, that we are constantly ignited lamps. Anything that is even slightly damaged cannot be worthy of worship. Anything that is even slightly damaged cannot be worthy of worship. Acha, Om Shanti. Now we will stay in silence for a few minutes, then we can share our journeys. Om Shanti. Now I will request everyone to please share your journeys.
Om Shanti, sister. So for me, I think the unbroken faith, so that will comes from our constant dharana. Each word, when we start following Bab Dadas, then I think that unbroken faith, so it will reflect in all our actions. Om Shanti, sister.
Wonderful, sister.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Yeah. I like the point that Baba says, to chase away Maya, right? So we have to spin the discus of self-realization. So those who are doing this, right, Maya cannot even stay in front of them. So this would be the takeaway for me. Thank you.
Very nice weather. Anyone else?
Baba has mentioned about anything which is broken cannot be worshipped. So one reflection there is for us to also look at our own self, to check on continuously where is there a space of uh, brokenness or incompleteness with either soul at the self level, and keep working on myself. That's one indication which says that how much you're complete. The moment you are complete, the completion of yours is connected with the purity that you have within your own self. So that's the point to take home, Om Shanti.
Wonderful, sister.
Another important point that I feel is the Baba says Maya tries to empty you, and when this happens, and Maya, we have to be constantly cautious about it, and be awake and then ignite the light, right? Being aware. So the key here is to have that attention, right? So Baba says, it's the guard. Guard is the attention. Guard is if the guard of attention is constantly alert, then we are safe. We can remain safe from Maya. So everywhere we have guards, right, in all offices or most of the premises. So the purpose of guard is to our security is to not to have any unwanted access, or not to let people unorganized, those who do not have authority to intervene. So the security will stop them. So similarly, when we have this constant alert, right, we will be able to check whether what sort of thoughts coming in, whether is it hijacking me, right? So uh, here alert, that attention is the key. Shanti, thank you.
Right, brother. Mama told us 3 things that are required if we don't want Maya to empty us. What are those?
The 3 things are constant cautious, awake, and an ignited light. Maya cannot do anything.
Correct, sister. When we are constantly cautious, awake, and an ignited light, then Maya cannot do anything. Very nice.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
And of course, Baba also spoke about, when you were speaking about that, a drill of SDR, self realization, constantly spinning the cycle. That also, because as you spin and spin, like Maya, if she comes, the spin will chop her. As I'm spinning the cycle, if Maya comes, she will be chopped by the spin. And there's so many Murlis that Baba is speaking about. But today, what attracted me and what really is the first one, I've already shared it in the chat box. I think if really we could churn more on that, it's mansarovar. It's, this is one of the, Baba has given these disciplines. Amritvela is for my own self-empowerment. In amritvela, more of mansarovar is not there. It's only in Umasham Yoga, in the evening yoga, where Baba speaks more of these what we call it as Mansa Seva. So earlier, when this Mansa Seva was a new concept, I used to think how it is. See, now when you are in a war field, and then I have to send communication to my headquarters, they used to have a kind of an instrument and always say, hello, hello, checking, checking. And then that other person used to use. So that we used to call as the wireless, because it had no connection. It was in a war field. Then the communication used to be in the form of signals or in the form of codes. There were many different kinds. And the communication used to reach the other side. So that wireless, you should know the language of the wireless. You should know how to operate the wireless. And that if suppose what we call it as the antenna, or if suppose the satellite and all doesn't work, a wireless also doesn't work. So beautifully, I remember the same thing had been given of Mansa Seva. And Mansa Seva is just like a wireless, because you're not in front of that soul or in front of that situation where all these things happen. You're sitting over here, and then you'll have to send Sakash, energy, spiritual thing to the other side. So how do I do it? So it is a two-way. I'm just an agent. I take the energy from the sun. I gather that energy and then I send it across. So I think if suppose we could really, this is one of the, and this is what is going to be the service at the end. There is not going to be any more of these clubs or any more of these classes or any more of face-to-face. That is the order, the Mansa Seva. That's what where Baba, such a small paragraph, he just spoke about faithful intellect. But for me, I feel it should be filtered intellect. Usme kuch impurity nahi hona chahiye. Like even when a car is run, if there is impurity in the oil, it won't run well. So Baba spoke about, when he says about faithful intellect, faith in one. So I should take the energy from that one and give it to all. If it goes like that, people will see me, oh, this is an Adbhut person, somebody different. And that has to be constant, unbroken. So I think if suppose we could really throw some more, if you can throw some more ideas on this, because this is a beautiful service, Mansa Seva. And lots, I'm just giving you some 5, 10% of what I know. But it's something very nice. If suppose we could really elaborate more on this Mansa Seva, and if you could, we could also get tips on how really it's good, because it's something very deep. Mansa Seva, service through the mind. Om Shanti.
Really, sister, it is a very deep topic. So I will request anyone will like to add.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
The sister was talking about the Mansa Seva. I would like to add some few inputs in that. When Baba talks about Mansa Seva, Baba expects that you should be first filled with all the knowledge. You should be adorned with all the knowledge. Basically, you should be satisfied with what you want and what you have got. And when you get all the things from Baba, you start radiating it. And that radiation is a natural process. And Baba expects that that should be a natural and continuous process. But how the things can be achieved, how a person should be eligible to have Mansa Seva. From the word Mansa, we can understand. The first letter M stands for the real Purusharth, that which a person has to do Mansa Seva, In that context, the word letter M stands for Manmanabha Madhya Jivi Bhava. If you can do that, Purusharat Manmanabha Madhya Jivi Bhava, that means we are moving in the direction of become eligible to do Mansa Seva. And another letter is A for adorning with divine virtues. What are the knowledges of Baba, jewels of Baba? We have to be adorned with all those. We have to be decorated with all those things. And for the state that is will be Nirakari, Nirvikari, and Nirahankari. And ultimately the Narayani Nasha. And S, obviously, the soul conscious state. And again A. And if we can, and if you do the Purushartha of Manmanabha Madhya Jivi Bhava, A adorned with divine virtues, S for soul conscious, and for Nirakari, Nirvikari, Nirahankari, the last letter A, you will start attracting the souls. That means you will reach to a state that you will become like Krishna. Krishna means the one who attracts, the akrishta karta ho. And then you start attracting the souls. That is, you are now in a position to do Mansa Seva. Om Shanti.
Very well, you have explained the whole meaning of Mansa Seva, brother. Thank you. There are some sharings in the chat box. Sister Girija has shared Mansa Seva, Mansa Seva, powerful wireless, no loose connections, need a voiceless and a faithful intellect. This purifies the atmosphere. Energy travels freely, souls get attracted and influenced. Correct. Then Ruhani sister has shared, keep the light ignited continuously. The practice of lighting the lamp in the temple is the memorial of the conference age. Then Radhamani sister has shared, constant stability in the mind and intellect do Mansa Seva well. It will purify the atmosphere. Those people are victorious. Then Girja sister has shared, distant healing program, powerful giving, subtle service. Thank you everyone for your wonderful sharings.
Sister, if you even see, I don't know if you're familiar with this Reiki. I have seen these Reiki people, the ones that's also, if you see, sometimes it's face-to-face healing. Sometimes they also have what we call it as distant healing. And I've seen what is that, like collecting the energy on the palm of your hand. So there also it's energy. There also they feel they are only agents, they are only instruments and all. And that science is really wonderful, even though it is done on a corporeal, taking the energy from the universe and taking energy from, so for these Reiki healers to take energy from the universe, their body even must be pure. Because they are the transmitters. They are going to collect and then they are going to really, through sometimes a face-to-face, a personal touch, or sending vibrations. I used to appreciate really that science. But in Mansa Seva, in Raj Yoga, Baba has made it so simple. But it looks simple, but when you sit, especially you can experience this on this third Sundays, when really Mansa Seva is a collective Mansa Seva, where at the time collectively we all souls sit. So that time I think it works like a volcano. But still it's such a big drill, a big thing for us to really sit down over here and then sending. So Baba says, go travel to Africa, travel over there, go like an angel, fly over there, just see what is happening down, send energy to that. So, this is, that's what Baba says. Vidhi hona chahiye. The mansa seva vidhi we have to understand. More understanding the benefits. If the right vidhi is not there, I would be doing not mansa seva. I would be doing only loss to the souls. So, like Baba always speaks about these angels, they used to take messengers, trans messengers, how sometimes if they don't do the right work, they wander somewhere. They get lost in the subtle world. And that's why Baba never used to recommend trance for everyone. And so me, dadis have never gone on a trance and all. It is really a very different science. It's not easy, really. It's that even if for 1 minute, 2 minutes, we could do, it heals. And Brahma Baba has done that. Sitting over there, he had sent when Vishwakishore Dada was sick, and when he was there, sitting over in Madhuban, Baba sent healing energies and all to him, and how they find, and the wonders work. But I think we really need a big workshop on this, the process, the initiation, the method, the completion, and then checking. Om Shanti.
Just adding on something. Yeah, so service through the mind is, yes, of course, we all have to practice that. So in one of the Murli, Baba said that in order to do that, we have to be complete, we need to have that complete purity within us. So any impurity, that means it's a mix. So we are not really doing mansa seva there, because the impurity will spread and that will not do the work actually. So first quality is to have the complete purity. And also we have to be a destroyer of attachment in order to do mansa seva. So if there is a slightest of attachment that we have with anyone, right, around us, then also we'll not be able to do that mansa seva, because that attachment will pull us. So, and then another quality required is we have to know how we can remain double light. There shouldn't be any burden within us. So when we are double light, it becomes really easy to do mansa seva, because then there is no burden of thought, or nothing is bothering us. We are light, and then we should be able to travel across the world and then provide this mansa. So then it automatically happens. It starts spreading. It's just like a flower, right? So impurity comes means then what we are spreading is the impurity, right? The vibration of impurity. So complete purity and being a destroyer of attachment, there shouldn't be any where our intellect is pulled. There shouldn't be any self-interest, right? And then being double light. So this is some of the qualities. And if there is any dissatisfaction within our mind, we are not satisfied, then also our mind is peaceless. We can't really do mansa seva. We have any expectation, then also our mind is not really focused, right? We wanted to get something attained and which didn't happen. So we have that pull within us. Then also mansa seva service through mind does not accurately happen. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, brother, for wonderful sharing. Anyone else would like to share? Radhamani's sister has shared, during destruction time, seva through mansa is very important. Our angelic body will do tremendous seva. This is the last seva. Then Girja sister has shared, keep cleaning the intellect through fire of yoga and burn impurities of vices. Sit detached, free with attitude of world benefactor. Very nice, sister. Anyone else would like to share?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
I would like to add one line. We have talked a lot about Mansa Seva today. And Mansa Seva basically is the Seva when you become Sato Pradhan. Unless and until a person who does Mansa Seva becomes Sato Pradhan stage, he cannot do Mansa Seva because Mansa Seva is basically radiating that positive vibes and basically that vibration. And for that, the most important that you have to be connected with Baba. It's basically a connection from me with Baba. And if I'm getting it, and if I am satisfied, if I am filled with all those things, then only I can radiate. So the most important is that am I connected with Baba? And is the connection okay? Sometimes Baba says loose connection. There should not be any loose connection. And if the connection is proper, and the thing is that when Baba talks about that ek Baba dusra na koi, we have to be connected only and only with Baba. And when we are connected only and only with Baba, that complete vibration, that powerful vibration comes in. And then only we can radiate all those things. That is unmixed vibration, only the vibration of Baba. And as is our dharana, so we'll be in a position to radiate what that we are getting it. We are radiating it in the same form, same way. Because what happens when you hear the knowledge, Baba's knowledge, you churn it, and what you radiate is definitely the inputs which you have. If you're really Satu Pradhan like Baba, Bapsaman, that then only you can radiate the things which you get in the same way as it is. And the person, it is said that the person is doing Mansasiva in a very nice way. That means he is really Bapsaman and is radiating the vibration as it is. The most important part, receiving and radiating as it is. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother. Now let's end the session with 2 minutes of silence. And during that, try giving Sakash to the whole world by visualizing the globe of the world. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. See you all tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, keep doing Mansa Seva and be in the Swaman of constantly ignited lamp. Om Shanti.